Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to make this one a really quick one because I've been working on a ton of little projects here and there, and still haven't finished polishing the grills that I've been working on. I started to take out some of the headlights because the car has Euro lights on it right now, but this was one of the lights that was on it. And after I took it off, I noticed it was just kind of zip tied on the car and going like this, wobbling around a lot, which it'll work in the short term, but it was bothering me. And I realized that these lights, whatever that number is there, are not the right lights for an E23 or an E28, because you can tell there's the back of that one. Here's the back of the genuine Euro light. And part of the problem with some of these Euro lights is they get fogged up real bad, which these aren't fogged up that bad. They're actually pretty clear. But you can see that this one has a crack in it, and I didn't notice this until after I bought it, but this high beam is utterly destroyed. So I found a set of Euro lights local to me for what I thought was relatively cheap. So it was the lights, the grills, the turn signals. I think I got a center console or something else. I don't know. I bought a couple other things off the guy for like $300, which is cheap for E23, E28 Euro lights. The interesting thing is E23s and E28s use the same light assemblies, but they have different mounts on them. So these not bulbs, but these light assemblies are all interchangeable. Definitely don't want to drop that one. But the light assemblies are all interchangeable between E23s and E28s. This one I probably throw back in and it'll work a little bit. But I watched a lot of videos of people restoring these lights, and they do a pretty good job. What they normally do is they take the light bulb, take the whole thing out, it's all glued together, they'll sand down the glass, they will get the pitting out of there as much as they can, they'll polish it. Obviously this one there's nothing you can do because there is a big hole in there, and then this one nothing you can do because there's a big crack in there. But every video I've ever seen say that you can't take these lights apart, and the only way to get rid of the hazing or the fog inside of some of these is people have put like rice in here. You come in through the back and you throw rice in that hole with some distilled or deionized water or whatever in there, and you shake it around a lot and you get everything out of there, and it polishes the inside of the lens real good, and it works quite well and it looks pretty good. Obviously, again, this one is garbage. But it really bothered me because you can see in these the coating has failed, because obviously this one got filled with water, same with this one. And it kind of bothered me that everybody says, oh, you can't take these lights apart, they're sealed, you can't get them apart at all, but I got them apart. The 7-inch one is the harder one, but ta-da, I got that one apart too. So this is kind of a game changer for E23s and E28s, because now you absolutely can restore the coating in here, which you can see the coating on this one is getting cracked. There's a company in England that sells really expensive optical spray paint that I don't think I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to leave this one. But the game changer is now you can do whatever you want with these lenses. So you can polish them as good as you want. You can clean them as good as you want. I was looking into molding some new ones out of resin, which is possible. And the trick to doing all of this, getting these apart, was my cheap little toaster oven. All I did was I put each light assembly, this one and this one, in there at about 250, 275 degrees. The timing was the hard part. So this one I left in there for about half an hour at 225, 250 degrees. And this one is a little easier to get apart. all I did was obviously it's probably easier because it's full of rust and junky. But all I did was I left it in there. Obviously I wore nice leather gloves so I didn't burn myself. And I just took a screwdriver, a little screwdriver, and pried in between there, and it literally just went boop, popped out. The larger headlight was a little bit more difficult because it's harder to see, but there is a bigger lip here and you can't really get to the glass. I don't have this one in here correctly, but what I ended up having to do was I heated it for a long time. I heated it for probably 20 minutes, which I thought was going to be long enough. And this is the sacrificial one that I wanted to try because I wanted to try one of the good ones instead of this garbage one that has a hole in it. Because I knew that one was going to come apart and I didn't care if I broke it. This one I cared if I broke because I wanted the lens. So I heated it for 20 minutes, put a little tiny metal screwdriver in here, pried at it, and it didn't budge at all. I ended up taking a flat pair of pliers and kind of prying on the lip just a little bit to get slightly more of a gap. Put it in the oven again for another half hour. Same thing, pried, and it didn't budge. Maybe it was 20 minutes again, I don't remember. I left it in there for a while, and people normally say leave headlights in the oven, like the plastic ones, for 15-20 minutes and they come apart. The glue on these is really strong. So I pried it apart again after leaving it in there, and I felt it moving just a little bit. So what I ended up doing is the next day I bumped it up to like 250, 275, somewhere around there. And then I honestly forgot about it for about 45 minutes in there. It was the same thing. I went to the workbench, stuck the tiny little screwdriver in this tiny little gap, and just came out right like that. So there you guys go. If you have E23 or E28 with your Euro lights, now you guys know that you can get them apart. If you want to look at restoring the coating on the inside of them, you can. You can clean out the inside of your lenses. I have no idea what to use for the sealant or the epoxy, so don't ask me. In a longer video in the future, I might try to make new lenses for these just because I could. And if I'm feeling really ambitious, I may even try to fully or somewhat restore this one by cleaning up all this flaky crust in here and making a little patch panel for this one. Because I don't want to see $300 go down the drain, which is what I paid for these in the grill. So, all right, everybody. I hope this is a breakthrough for everybody in the E23 and E28 world. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.